Deku's survival instinct made him stronger, but what if it also made him irresistible to a rich girl? As their worlds collide, can he handle the attention? Or will things get even more complicated? Find out in Part 2. All Might, villain, I will not let you harm my students anymore. Shigaraki, what a pain you are, All Might. Nomu. The Nomu returned to combat with a jump and regenerated. All Might, I will finish you off first and then you, villain, pointing to Shigaraki. Shigaraki, Yui, look how I tremble. All Might didn't wait and lunged at the Nomu to start the flurry of punches. The Nomu also didn't wait and lunged at the Nomu, starting to bump fists with All Might. All Might, this thing is strong, but all my students trust me and I have to give them that confidence. All Might accelerated his movements, giving strong blows to the Nomu, and in a moment of carelessness, All Might gave him a blow that made him fly to the ceiling. Shigaraki, where does he get his strength from? But it doesn't matter, he'll soon run out. The Nomu fell but got up again, getting into a fighting position. All Might knelt down with his hand over his mouth. The Nomu didn't waste the opportunity and launched himself at All Might. All Might. The Nomu struck a blow that raised a large window of dust. Shigaraki, well, I think it's time to go. We've already accomplished what we wanted. Kurogiri no Shigaraki observes. Shigaraki, what if we already won? The dust disappeared, revealing the stopped Nomu. Shigaraki, impossible. Izuku, don't do all the things yourself. All Might, young Midoriya. Izuku stood in front of All Might, fist bumping the Nomu. Izuku, how strange I didn't break my arm. Bakugo, it's the least of it. Bakugo appeared next to the Nomu, giving an explosion full in the rib of this one. Todoroki, even we can fight. Todoroki hit the Nomu with a pillar, causing it to fall into the water. All Might, well done young people, but now let's teach these villains a lesson. All yes. All Might, young people at the entrance, do not interfere, keep your distance. Those at the entrance, understood. The Nomu emerged from the water regenerated. Izuku, okay, let's start with this. Todoroki created some ice spikes heading towards the Nomu this jump, but received a kick from Izuku, sending the Nomu to the ceiling. Izuku, now Kachan. Bakugo with his explosions reached the height of the Nomu, taking out the ring of his suit. Bakugo, I hope you die with this. The Nomu fell to the ground, revealing that only his torso was regenerating. Izuku, how come he doesn't die? The Nomu finished regenerating and launched himself towards All Might, who was recovering. All Might just waited for him to arrive. All Might, in the end I couldn't teach her, she thought. Izuku, All Might. Izuku, in a desperate attempt, stretched out his arm. Suddenly the water grabbed the Nomu. Shigaraki, what is this? All Might, what happened? Izuku, did I do it? Izuku began to move his hands, watching how the water moved as he wanted. Izuku, I don't know what's happening, but All Might. Take advantage of the fact that he's still now. All Might, thank you young Midoriya, get ready villain, this will be the final blow, plus ultra. All Might hit the Nomu, causing him to be torn apart and unable to regenerate. Shigaraki, damn, Kurogiri, let's go. Izuku, not so fast. Izuku created a water blade that almost cut Shigaraki. Shigaraki, heroes, this will not stay like this. Shigaraki disappeared from the place, and in that everyone was happy, All Might fell exhausted. Same as Bakugo, Todoroki. Izuku, it's over? What a relief, falling unconscious to the ground. Momo Izuku. Everyone went to see him and he was totally beaten and tired. Heroes and ambulances began to arrive. Endeavor, what happened? Number 13, some villains arrived and started fighting, pointing to Izuku, Ashawa, Todoroki, Bakugo, Tokoyami, All Might. Endeavor, we don't want to imagine what would have happened if they weren't there. Hours passed and our heroes were in the hospital after everything that had happened. Izuku was in intensive care, so he had torn ribs, arms, and many muscles due to physical effort. Doctor, how could he move like that? The doctor began to heal Izuku, then recovery girl arrived to heal his bones. RG, this boy will be a great hero, putting his life on the line for others, he looks like All Might. Izuku was lying on a stretcher sleeping, and next to him was Momo. The days passed and he didn't wake up. Momo began to worry about Izuku. One night he woke up to see that no one was there since it was 2 a.m. Izuku, I hope everyone is okay, going back to sleep. In the morning, as it was Sunday, Momo arrived early at the hospital. Izuku slowly got up but quickly pretended to be asleep when he heard the door open. Momo, is he still asleep? Ah, I want to see him again, I want to see him in UA, I want this one with him because I've always liked him, smiling with a blush. Izuku, did Momo like me? But I like her too, but I don't know if I can give her the things she's used to, and I plan to tell her how I feel at the end of the sports festival, he thought. Izuku slowly opened his eyes to surprise Momo. Momo, Izuku, were you awake? Embarrassed. Izuku, ah no, I just woke up. Lying. Momo, oh, that's good, didn't you hear something? Blushed. Izuku, no Momo, why? Momo, for nothing in particular. Momo left the room to give the doctor the news that she finally woke up. Izuku, ah, and now what do I do? How do I talk to him if I know he likes me? Blushed. Someone opened the door. Izuku, hey, who is it? Nehire, it's me, silly, throwing herself at him to hug him. Izuku, now she thought, hello Neji, how are you? Nehire, fool, I was worried about you hugging tighter. Izuku, yeah, nothing's wrong, see? I'm as good as new. Doctor, thank you, Miss Yaoyorozu. Momo, you're welcome doc. Seeing how Nehire hugged Izuku, what are you doing Nehire? Nehire, it's not obvious to hug him, hugging him tighter. Izuku, Neji, it hurts me. Momo, if you see him, get away from him. Nehire, yes, I understand. Doctor, okay, young man, lift up your shirt. I have to check that you are okay. Izuku, okay, no problem, lifting his shirt. Doctor, okay, starting to touch his torso. From what I see, you recovered quickly. Momo, this knee, and, Nehire, don't you think we should go? Blushed. Nehire, yes, Momo, let's go, blushed. Izuku, okay girls, I'll see you later. Momo and Nehire left the room only to start bleeding from their noses. Nehire, Momo, you are so weak, you almost fainted from excitement. Momo, what do you say about yourself, you're bleeding from the nose. Nehire touched her nose to clean it. Hours passed and Izuku was discharged. They gave him some clothes and he left the hospital. Izuku, sometimes it's hard to live alone, there's a lot of paperwork, exhausted. Momo, Izuku. Izuku, Momo and Neji? Momo, stop calling her like that, and she said she went to see some things, angry. Izuku, well, how about we go eat? I'm really hungry. Momo, well, me too, smiling. Izuku and Momo arrived at a food place that Momo knew. They asked for a table and ordered their food. Momo, I told you I was inviting you, but it wasn't for you to abuse and ask for a feast. With a face of knowing how much the bill would be. Izuku, I'm sorry, but I'm very hungry. The food arrived and Izuku started eating quickly. Momo, you're going to choke, don't eat fast. Izuku listened and began to eat more calmly. Momo, you see, it feels better. Izuku nodded and it took a while for him to finish eating. Izuku, how delicious, thanks Momo, with crumbs around his mouth. Momo, what a child you are, let me clean you up. Momo took out a handkerchief to start wiping Izuku's mouth. Izuku, you know Momo, we look like a couple like that. Momo immediately separated herself from the comment she made and embarrassedly looked at the account. Momo, I knew it was going to leave me bankrupt, he thought. I look at the bill and just take out his card to pay. The two of them left a little uncomfortable because of what Izuku said. Izuku, hey Momo, when are we going to start the English classes you promised? Awkward. Momo, I'm sorry, I forgot, how about tomorrow? Izuku, well, what does it matter? Izuku and Momo went home to go to UA tomorrow. The next day, Izuku was in class which started, and after a while Ashawa entered. Ashawa, well, today they will decide the class directive, so just do it quickly, going back into her bag. Lita, well, I think that the president and vice president should be responsible people who know how to lead many people. Everyone turned to look at Izuku, remembering how in USJ he led everyone so that they would not get hurt. Izuku, okay, I'm running for president. This is how the voting began and Lita announced the results. Lita, well, with a beating of 12, Midoriya-kun is president and then vice president is Yaoyorozu-san with 6 and the rest are scattered. Izuku, well Momo, I hope I can work well with you, smiling. Momo, oh yeah, embarrassed. Tsuyu, see Jiru-san, I told you. Jiru, you're right Tsuyu. Mina, damn Momo is lucky. Toru, don't worry Mina, you'll have your chance. Mina, when I have it, I'm not going to waste it. So the day passed until Izuku found himself at the entrance with Momo waiting for the limo to go to Momo's house to study English. Mirio, hey Nehire, that's not Izuku? Nehire, yes, but what does he do with her? With a pout. Tamaki, maybe it's just a coincidence. I watch as the two of them get into the limo. No, it's not a coincidence anymore. Nehire, I just hope they don't do anything. Izuku and Momo arrived at the mansion. Izuku, well, it didn't change much. Momo just watched as Izuku didn't get nervous or anything. Momo entered with Izuku behind her. PDM, daughter, how did it go? I look at Izuku. Oi, what are you doing with my girl? Izuku, hello Mr. Yaoyorozu, how long have I been Izuku Midoriya? PDM, wow, what brings you here? Momo, I'm going to teach him English, Dad, we'll be in the library. PDM, well daughter and Izuku, from what I see you've changed a lot. Izuku, yes, I was training to be a hero. Izuku and Momo went to the library, leaving Izuku shocked by how big it was. Izuku, how much knowledge? Momo, okay, Izuku, here are all the books you'll have to read to learn English better. Revealing a huge bookshelf. Izuku, well, the faster we finish, the better. After a few hours, Izuku was left blank, unable to gather any more information. Izuku, oh man, this is difficult. MDM, guys, can you come here for a moment? I want you to help me with something. Momo, yes, we'll go right away, Mom. Momo went down with Izuku to see what Mom needed. Momo, what do you need, Mom? MDM, well, I want you to help me make some. Looking at Izuku cakes and some delicious chocolates. Looking more at Izuku. Momo, Ma? MDM Momo. Momo, tell me. MDM, who is this cake? Momo, Mom. It's Izuku. Izuku, long time no see, Mrs. Yaoyorozu. MDM, for you I am a lady. Izuku, yes Mississippi. Momo, don't play along. MDM, haha, well I want you to make some cookies. Momo, Mom, I can't, maybe Izuku can. Izuku, okay, I'll try. Izuku put on his apron and started preparing the cookies. Momo's mother approached her. MDM, hey daughter, I imagined this when you got home. Momo began to imagine how Izuku would greet her with an apron. In Momo's imagination. Momo, I'm home now. Izuku, welcome love, the food is almost ready, you can sit down. Momo, yes. That miraculous moment is over. Momo reacted in an alarming way. Momo, Mom, what do you say? Although it would look great. MDM, you see. Izuku, okay, here they are. Momo, they smell good. Momo and her mom tried the cookies and they were delicious and gave that feeling of love and dedication. Momo's mom grabbed Izuku's shoulder. MDM, are you marrying my daughter or are you marrying me? Izuku blushed suddenly, he couldn't say anything, just like Momo. Momo, Mom, don't say those things. Momo's mom laughed and looked at her watch to tell Momo to leave Izuku at the entrance so the driver could take him home. Momo nodded and took Izuku to the entrance. Momo, okay, Izuku, see you tomorrow. Izuku, by the way, Momo, one thing. He approached Momo's ear and said to her. Izuku, I would marry you, separating from her, until tomorrow. Momo was shocked by Izuku's words and just entered her house. Momo entered her house and looked at her mother and smiled in victory. MDM, hey daughter. Momo, yes, Mom? MDM, remember that I'm not the only one after him, you have to be careful with the other girls. Momo frowned her eyebrows a little, pointing out that there were already girls behind Izuku. She entered the library to put away the books they used and saw that a book was open, pointing to a paragraph that showed that the characters who were best friends were playing by whispering playful things in each other's ears. Momo just smiled with a blush on her cheeks. Momo, I guess I'll just play along. Izuku, for his part, arrived home and thanked Momo's driver before entering and approaching the door. Izuku, it felt weird to say that to Momo sweating. Izuku calmed down and took a shower to change and sleep. Once asleep the next day he was at UA receiving classes. Microphone, young Midoriya the director calls him. Kirishima, oh Izu bro what did you do? Izuku, I don't know. I think. Bakugo, this smells like trouble. Izuku Yaya Oren, play. Ashawa, calm down and Midoriya hurry up. Izuku left the classroom and went to the principal's room. To his bad luck the principal was there with a detective. Nezu, Midoriya-kun, take a seat. Izuku, okay, and tell me, why did you call me? Nezu, it's because of what happened in USJ. Detective, the doctors analyzed your body and saw that you have 3 powers. Izuku, 3? Nezu, yes, apparently this is strange, so do. You have a relationship with All for One? Seriously. Izuku, All for One? What is that? Detective, he is the leader of the villains. Izuku, the leader? What did he do to me? Detective, calm down, it seems the doctors are right, it seems you awakened your powers later than the others, let's say it's a rare case. Izuku, I thought the same thing, but what is my other power? Nezu, apparently it's telekinesis, but we don't know who you inherited those powers from. Izuku was silent for a moment, remembering his family. Nezu, you don't have to answer if you don't want to. Izuku, no, calm down, Sai. My mom had telekinesis and my dad had water, and the other one is mind nervous. Nezu, okay, detective, you already received your answer, you can leave. Detective, thank you very much, Director Nezu, for your time. Bowing. The detective left the place, leaving Izuku with Nezu alone. Nezu, well done, young Midoriya, for not saying the one for all thing. Izuku, do you know? Nezu, yes, All Might told me. Izuku, ah, old man. Nezu, okay young man, you can leave. Izuku, thank you. Izuku returned to his classroom to be bombarded with questions from his classmates. Kirishima, what did he say to you? Mina, did something give you? Tsuyu, should I punish you? Karo. Kaminari, what is the square root of 300 times 13? Izuku, hey, that's not worth it. Everyone started laughing while 2 girls looked a little strange at the scene. Momo, hey Jiru? Jiru, yes? Momo, do you think Izuku likes someone? Jiru, I'm not sure, but I think so, but why do you ask? Momo, I've been seeing him weird for a few days now. Jiru, I say he's gaining confidence. Momo, yes, I think so. Jiru, don't tell me you're jealous that I have more girls around? Momo, I don't know. Jiru, eh? Momo, when a girl approaches Izuku I feel my chest tighten. Jiru, don't tell me that. Momo, yes Jiru, I think I fell in love. All Might, alright young people, today I will teach you how to be a cool hero. Jiru, wait, then tell me. Momo, yes. After a talk by All Might and many classes, Momo meets Jiru walking towards her house. Jiru, come on, tell me, since when do you feel that way about Midoriya? Momo, I think since I started visiting him and seeing that he was a good and nice person. Jiru, do you visit him? Momo, it was when we were children, he saved me from a boy who was trying to hurt me with his power to disintegrate. My dad got scared, but Izuku saved me and gave him whatever he asked for. Jiru, and what happened? Momo, he wanted a salary since he couldn't work and he knew how to use money. Jiru, was he always very mature? Momo, I don't know, my dad said that he lost his parents in that pandemic that happened. Jiru, that's why when you ask about his family he doesn't say anything. Momo, and after years my dad told me to leave him my salary, and when I went to give it to him, remembering how he saw Izuku freshly bathed and shirtless. Jiru, and? Momo, I saw him without a shirt, embarrassed. Jiru, what a damn luck you have. And tell me, was his body always like this? Momo, well, nothing changed, embarrassed. Jiru, but it's true. Momo, what? Jiru, I for one would never smile again after going through everything that has happened. Momo, okay, see you Jiru. Jiru, yes Momo. The 2 friends separated, each heading their own way to their homes. Momo was almost at her house and saw Izuku at the door. Momo, Izuku, what are you doing here? Izuku, ah Momo, well, waiting for my teacher approaching and my wife. Momo blushed suddenly but understood the war message. Momo, well, let's not wait any longer. Getting closer, darling. Izuku turned redder than a tomato. He didn't think Momo would answer, but it made him smile like a protagonist with golden balls, hairy chest and sexy voice. Izuku, yes, let's study smiling. Momo, how cute thinking. Izuku and Momo entered her house to start studying. Izuku, by the way, Momo, here he is taking out a light blue bag. Momo, what are they? Izuku, these are cookies I made at home. Momo, thank you. Izuku, it's okay, I just made them because I wanted to thank you for helping me. Momo, hey Izuku? Izuku, tell me. Momo, is the food thing still going on in your house? Izuku, yes. Momo, well then I'll go tomorrow. Izuku, I hope to see you. The next day at Izuku's house. Neihire, hey Izuku, hurry up. Bakugo, hey Neji, let him cook in peace. Izuku, guys wait a moment, it's almost there. They knock on the door. Izuku, just in time. Neihire, I'll open it. Neihire opened the door but her joy was taken away when she saw Momo. Momo, hello Neihire annoyed. Neihire, for you I'm Haru. Bakugo, did you also invite Yaoyorozu? Izuku, yes. Neihire, what are you doing here? Momo, Izuku invited me. Neihire, you have to say it with honorifics. Izuku, that's enough girls, the food is ready, come eat, putting the plates on the table. Bakugo, it turned out well, Izuku, it's nothing, I learned from cooking books. Neihire, as expected of Izu. Momo, but Izuku, you didn't give me the recipe for your meals from other times. Neihire, others. Bakugo, times? Izuku, sorry Momo, I forgot. Neihire, Izu? Izuku, yes Neji. Neihire, why has she come more times than me? Izuku, yeah Neihire, nothing's wrong, apart from that, you're in 3rd grade, you have to have more friends. Neihire walked towards Inzuku's room with a face that looked like she was about to cry. Inzuku saw this and sighed. Bakugo, I think you screwed up. Momo, I think so, it pains me to say it but you have to talk to her. Izuku nodded and headed to his room where Neihire was. Izuku, Neji? Neihire, leave me alone, I want to be alone crying. Izuku opened the door to find Neihire crying on her bed. Izuku sat on the edge. Izuku, Neji, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to offend you. Neihire, you didn't offend me, I lost a year because of the move. Izuku, if that was it, why didn't you say it? Neihire, it's not that. Izuku, then? Neihire, I can't make as many friends as you, I'm not beautiful, I'm not nice, I'm not like you. Izuku, what are you talking about? Neihire, that I can't be strong like you. He was silenced by a hug from Izuku. Izuku, don't say that, you're beautiful, you're the funniest and strongest person I've ever seen. Neihire, really? Izuku, yes, and for telling you that I was like you. Neihire, were you like me? Izuku, I couldn't make friends until Momo helped me. Neji blushed at the words but was also glad that someone would help her. The two went down to start eating and so it was. They all enjoyed the pleasant moment and said goodbye to Bakugo who left first. Momo was about to leave when a loud bang was heard that made her return to Izuku's house. Momo, I think I'll stay. Izuku, yes, I'll fix you a fudo. Oh, I already remembered that I don't have one. Neihire, then I'll sleep with Izu while Momo sleeps on the couch. Momo, no, you sleep on the couch. So they spent a while arguing about who would sleep with Izuku. When night fell, Izuku was in his bed and on either side of him were Neihire and Momo. Izuku, girls, don't you think this is weird? Awkward. Neihire, maybe blushed. Momo, I think so, blushed, maybe I should. Sick. Momo hugs Izuku. Neihire, hey, that's not worth it, I'll do it too. Neihire and Momo fought over who would hug Izuku the most while he was already asleep. The next day Izuku was slowly waking up while caressing something soft in each hand. Momo, kya, getting up, hey Izuku, what are you doing? Neihire was still asleep as she blushed more and started talking in her sleep. Neihire, no Izuku, there no Jiji kia Izuku. Momo, perverted. Izuku, okay, Momo, wake up Neihire. I'm going to prepare breakfast to go to UA. Momo, yes. After a few hours the three were at the entrance. Izuku and Momo went to their classroom while Neihire went to hers. Ashawa, well, the sports festival is coming up, so when there is a week left we will give them that week to train. All yes. Izuku, well, there I will be able to see incredible rivals excited. Bakugo, if you pass the first round. Izuku, are you challenging me? Bakugo, yes, you and I will see each other in the finals. Izuku, I hope to see you that day, if you're not scared of the beating I'm going to give you. Bakugo, I want to see him. Lita, well, Ashawa-sensei told me to go to the pool to do some exercises. Mineta, pool? That means that. Kaminari, yes, Mineta swimsuits. Everyone went to the locker room to the disappointment of Mineta and Kaminari. The girls were wearing the typical swimsuit that didn't show much, but they all just looked at the entrance to wait for some boys who were Todoroki, Bakugo and of course Izuku's daddy. Todoroki, hey Midoriya, don't you think it's something strange? Izuku, what? Bakugo, he says it from your look. Izuku looked in the mirror and saw that one eye was painted purple and the other green. Flashback. Mineta, hey Kirishima, let's paint Midoriya's face. Kirishima, yes, but you won't wake him up. Mineta, yes, yes. End of flashback. Izuku quickly took off that paint and went out to the pool. Girls, there it is. All the girls looked at Izuku in amazement as he showed off his statuesque body, but the girls looked down to see that Izuku's suit was tight in the crotch. Todoroki, oh yeah, about your suit too. Izuku, nah, it doesn't matter. Mina, not only is her body big. Jiru, hey Mina can hear you. Tsuyu, don't you think it's too much? Karo. Toru, also Asui-chan? Momo, thank goodness the other girls from other classes aren't here. They started doing the exercises and Izuku proposed a race to Bakugo and Todoroki without using their powers and obviously Izuku won because of his physique. Ashawa, well, we're done. Go change. Sero, teacher, wait a little longer now, we're going to start with the good stuff. Ashawa took off her bandages and her eyes turned red. Ashawa, I said go away. All, yes sensei. Everyone got changed and went to recess. Izuku, hey Kirishima. Kirishima, yes? Izuku, let's eat. Kirishima, ah yes, but let's go with Yamomo and Jiru. Bakugo, and me? Izuku, yes, you too. The group of friends went to the cafeteria and ordered their lunches. Izuku, hey Kirishima. Kirishima, tell me. Izuku, what's your power? Kirishima, well I can make my body hard like metal. Izuku, and yours Jiru? Jiru, well, with my jacks I can stick them into something and send pulse waves and be able to hear better if I stick them into something. Izuku, his powers are very useful. Kirishima, and yours? Izuku, well I have 3. Jiru 3? Izuku, if one increases my physical power, another is water control and the last is telekinesis, but I have not used telekinesis. Momo, try it with a spoon. Izuku, I'll try. Izuku focused on the spoon and began to slowly levitate. He made more effort to grab some food and give it to Momo. Momo, hey. Izuku, sorry, I wanted to have fun with something. Momo, yes, but don't use me for that. Everyone finished eating and went to the classroom. They were waiting for the teacher to arrive. Izuku, hey Momo. Momo, yes. Izuku moved closer to his ear. Izuku, that swimsuit looked good on you. In a playful tone. Momo blushed but continued with the game. Momo, that suit was already tight on you. Izuku didn't know what to answer and sat down covering his blush to then start the class, and at the end everyone went home. Izuku was at home cooking and there was a knock on the door. Postman, excuse me. Izuku, yes. Postman, Izuku Midoriya lives here? Izuku, the same. Postman, I've come to deliver a firm letter here, pointing to the bottom of the sheet. Izuku, thanks signing. Izuku closed the door and opened the letter. Note. Hello Izuku, I'm the policeman who knew how to take care of you. I hope you remember me. I'm telling you that I won't be in this city because I got a job in another city. As a farewell gift, I'm leaving you with some information. There's a forest where you can go to train during your first year vacation. They say there's a martial arts teacher, but no one has found him. I know you will. I'm just leaving you this message. I hope you take care of yourself. My children and wife say hello. Izuku, in the end you did have a wife and children. Jansen. Izuku, since it was Saturday, decided to go out and see things at the mall. Izuku, I need other shoes, looking at the ones he was wearing. Izuku entered a shoe store and bought the shoes he always has and then went to see food. Izuku, I hope I don't run into anyone. Kirishima Izu bro next to him Bakugo. Izuku, I said it and it happened, he thought. Hello Kiri, Kachan. Bakugo, new shoes, hey, what are you doing here? Izuku, I came for food. Kirishima, we are going to watch the Bad Boys for Life movie. Izuku, is it out yet? Kirishima, well, it just opened here today and we're going an hour early. Izuku, okay, I'm going with you. Izuku along with Kirishima and Bakugo went to the movies, and to their surprise Momo, Mina, Uraka were also there. Izuku, hello girls. Momo, hello Izuku, what are you doing here? Izuku, I'm going with Kirishima and Kachan to see Bad Boys. Mina, they're going to see it too, can we sit together? Bakugo, sure. Momo, hey Izuku. Izuku, tell me Momo. Momo, did you do your English homework? Izuku, yes, why? Momo, I need you to help me, I didn't understand, embarrassed. Izuku, but if why? Is silenced by Bakugo's hands. Bakugo, give us a moment. Yaoyorozu moving away from Momo. Izuku, Kachan, what's wrong? Bakugo, you idiot, don't you see that he is inviting you to dinner at his house? Izuku, boo. Shit, you're right, thanks for the advice. Heading to Momo. Momo, what do you say, Izuku? Izuku, yes, I will help you, smiling. Momo, thanks Izuku, happy. The cinema opened the booth to buy tickets and our group bought theirs, each one ordered their food and went to the cinema hall, but suddenly a girl slapped Izuku and he blushed. Kirishima, who was the fucker? Bakugo, haha, it was expected. Izuku, shut up Kachan, embarrassed. They entered the room and sat down in their seats. Momo, hey Izuku, why didn't you say anything? Izuku, I'm just embarrassed. Momo, what if I hit you? Izuku, I don't care since you're my best friend. Watching the movie again. Momo, yes, best friend. Looking at the ground, what do I do? How do I approach him? Best friend? I mean. She came out of her thoughts because of Izuku's hand. Izuku unconsciously intertwined his hand with Momo's and she smiled and thought, yes, of course, best friend. She did an action that caused the envy of many women, which was to put her head on Izuku's shoulder. He only paid attention to the movie. After it ended, he was about to get up when he felt Momo's hand and head. He ended up falling asleep. Izuku, she looks very cute when she sleeps. I thought, hey Momo, wake up. Momo stood up suddenly. Momo, yawning, am I done? She started to look at Izuku's hand and hers. Izuku, yes, let's go, we have to go to your house to help you with your homework. Momo, yes. They both walked out holding hands to impress their friends. Bakugo, phew, they are already at another level. Kirishima, Izu bro, you make me proud. Izuku and Momo immediately let go of each other at their friends' words and each left for their own house while Izuku went to Momo's to help her with her homework. They greeted each other and went to the library. Momo, I understood that S. Drops a book. Izuku/Momo, I'll pick him up. They both collided their heads while trying to pick up the book and looked directly into each other's eyes. They just got closer and felt each other's breathing. Without realizing it, they were already just a few centimeters away from kissing each other. But they separated when they heard the sound of the door. MDM, daughter, Izuku, come eat. Momo, yes, mom, we're going. Izuku, yes, right away, Miss Yaoyorozu. Izuku quickly went to the bathroom to wash his hands and go downstairs. Momo was in shock as she cursed herself for not having kissed him after a while. Momo's parents with her and Izuku were at the table having dinner. PDM, and tell me, Izuku, how did it go? Izuku, well, great, I don't need anything, thank you very much for all the support you have given me. MDM, it's nothing, you saved my daughter and after all you still help her in everything, right? Izuku, yes. MDM, I hope to see you more often here later. Izuku, of course I will come more often. Izuku didn't understand Momo's mother's hint just like her but the father, which made him a little angry. Izuku, Mr. Yaoyorozu, is something wrong? PDM, nothing, just take good care of my daughter. Izuku, I will do it. Izuku said goodbye and went with Momo to the entrance. Momo, hey Izuku, about the library thing. Izuku, This is nothing Momo, it was my fault, nervous. Momo, it seems that I can give him a good hit, he thought. Momo approached Izuku's ear. Momo, I didn't think you liked being spanked, in a playful tone. Izuku blushed and smoke came out of his head, he couldn't move. Momo, for her part, went into her house. Izuku came out of his astonishment and walked very nervously to go to his house. On Momo's side, she entered her room and undressed to take a bath. Already bathing, she began to think. Momo, how embarrassing, how did I have the courage to tell him that, and now how will he attack? But today he took me by the hand, I will write it in my diary. Izuku for his part was taking a bath also to be able to sleep, he also began to think. Izuku, I think on Monday I'll see what I attack with, but I held hands with her, I don't know if I should wash it? But let's continue with my theories. If I had regeneration and she cut my penis in two, will another one grow or will they separate and become two? Izuku and Momo fell asleep and so a Sunday passed for everyone with total normality until Monday arrived, which for Izuku started a little badly since he fell asleep and Ashawa scolded him and then he fell asleep in class. Izuku, what a bad day. All Might, I'm entering like a normal person. Izuku, I already told you that's not normal, depressed. All Might, young Midoriya, what happened to you? Izuku, I'm having a bad day, that's it. All Might, well, I changed my attitude since we will do physical tests. Izuku, well, something to entertain myself with. Everyone headed to change and in the locker room Mineta tripped on something and knocked a poster off the wall. Mineta, what is this? Mineta looked at how it was a hole that led to the girls' locker room. Mineta, hey, it's a hole to look at the girls' locker room. Come on, look. While drooling from his mouth. Izuku, I don't want to do anything today so do whatever you want. He was behind Mineta changing his clothes. Mineta watched as Jiru's jack was sticking into the hole to hit him in the eye but he dodged it so that the jack would hit Izuku. He didn't notice, he only reacted when he felt something sticking into his back. Izuku, what is this? I feel like they are making a hole in my back. Jiru, I think I got it. Toru, give it to him with your waves. Tsuyu, yes, Mineta-chan deserves that. Jiru sent waves that Izuku this time started screaming like crazy. Izuku, ah. All the girls heard that scream but they thought it was Mineta since they were all dressed and were leaving together. Momo, that pervert minute. Interrupted by Izuku. Izuku, who was it? All upset and in pain. All the girls felt scared and all they did was point at Jiru. Jiru, wait Izuku, it wasn't my fault, trembling. Izuku, I'm not sorry but this has to be fixed, annoyed, now try this. Izuku made a small water spike and stuck it into Jiru's back. Jiru, ah. Everyone met up with All Might to give the class. All Might, well. I look at Jiru in pain. Miss Jiru, what happened to you? Jiru, it's best not to ask, All Might sensei, it was nothing. Izuku, that's what you get for not knowing what you're aiming at, turning his head away in annoyance. Jiru, Izuku, please forgive me, I'll tell you everything I know about Momo if you forgive me. Izuku, I'm listening. Jiru, she wears a D cup. Izuku, fine, I forgive you, changing attitude quickly. All, how fast? Momo didn't listen because she was in the bathroom and then she arrived, all the men were staring at her. Momo, what happened? Why is everyone looking at me? After all the exercises, as always, Izuku had fun and came first. Uraka, yeah, Momo didn't know you had them so big, looking at Momo's breasts. Momo, what do you mean? Mina, what do you wear a D cup for? Momo, how do they know that? Jiru, sorry Momo, I told Izuku so he would forgive me. Momo, what did you do? Blushed. Jiru, I'm sorry Momo but I had to. All the girls looked at Momo's breasts with a little envy. Tsuyu, hey Momo-chan, how come your hair grows so much? Momo, I honestly don't know, they weren't like that before but suddenly they grew up. Uraka, so ours can grow even more? Momo, I think that yes, after all, don't lose hope, maybe they'll suddenly grow up. Girls, be like Momo, don't lose hope. All, thanks Momo. The whole day went by normally until departure time. Izuku, hey Momo. Momo, yes, Izuku? Izuku, let's go to my house, I want to show you something. Momo, good. Izuku and Momo were going to our green-haired boy's house. Izuku, hey Momo. Momo, yes? Izuku, I forgot what I was going to say. Well, leaving that aside, what I was going to show you is what I found at the mall. Momo, what thing? Izuku, when we get there I'll show you. Izuku and Momo arrived at the green-haired boy's house and he took out a little box in the shape of a gift. Momo, what is that, Izuku? Nervous. Izuku, well, it's something that cost me a lot to find opening the box. Izuku showed it to Momo and she was just surprised by what she saw. Izuku gave her some earrings that were not diamonds but were given with all the feeling that the green-haired man had. Momo for her part was surprised and had no words to express. Izuku, you don't have to take them if you want, besides you have other more expensive jewels. Nervous. Momo, no, I love them. Izuku, really? Momo, yes, this is the first gift that someone has given me from the bottom of their heart. Smiling. Momo took them and put them on. Izuku would be surprised by Momo's beauty. Momo, how do they look on me? Nervous. Izuku, you look beautiful, scratching the back of his neck. After that act, Momo and Izuku ate, talking about trivial things and such, and they were already waiting for Momo's limo and could already be seen in the distance that it was already arriving. Izuku, hey Momo. Momo, yes. Izuku approached Momo and whispered in her ear. Izuku, I didn't know they were so big. Playful. Momo was in shock and blushed deeply. Izuku, well, see you another day. Momo simply got into the limo and went home. Some time passed until we were a week away from the festival. And 1A was taking classes. Ashawa, well, there's 1 week left for the festival, so you have that week free to train as much as you want. Ashawa left and her children went to their homes while Izuku accompanied Momo since the limo did not come to see her. Izuku, Momo, what are you going to do this week? Momo, well, I'll train a little, why? Izuku, well, I wanted to ask if you wanted to train with me. Nervous. Momo, but I'll be a nuisance to you. Embarrassed. Izuku, no, I don't want to teach you some things so that you don't get hurt at the festival. Momo, so you're worried about me? Playing with her fingers. Izuku, it's just that I don't want to be alone. Looking away. Izuku didn't want to admit it, but he didn't want to be alone anymore. He was never happy with people, especially with Momo. Momo, okay, I'll train with you. Izuku, thanks Momo, we're here. Without realizing it, they were already at Momo's house and they said goodbye to each of them to go home. At night, Izuku was about to fall asleep but his phone started to ring. It was Momo. Izuku, yes Momo. Momo, Izuku, where are we going to train? Izuku, sorry Momo, I forgot about that. Momo, it's okay, just tell me where? Izuku, well, on the beach, I'll do a routine for you. Momo, okay, thanks, so we start at 8 and finish at. Izuku, let's say at 4. Momo, okay, I'll see you there. Momo and Izuku fell asleep and the next morning we see Izuku on the beach sitting waiting for Momo. Momo, sorry Izuku, I fell asleep. Izuku, it's okay Momo, and take this, giving him a sheet of paper. Momo, is it my routine? Izuku, yes, but don't overdo it by doing too much. Momo, well, looking at the sheet. I have to do 50 sit-ups, 50 push-ups, jog 3 kilometers and do 50 squats and then fight against you? Izuku, that's right, I'll teach you how to move, let's go, we have to start. Momo, and what's yours? Izuku, mine is twice as big as yours. Momo, can you really do all that? Izuku, calm down, that's the daily routine. Momo, so you do this every day? Izuku, yes, I never rest, well sometimes. Momo and Izuku did the routine. It was hard for Momo to do it but she did it, but there were moments when Izuku was surprised. Flashback. Izuku and Momo were doing push-ups. Izuku finished quickly and was waiting for Momo until he noticed something. Momo's breasts were hitting the sand but she didn't feel them because of how tired she was. Izuku was hypnotized by that, so he couldn't stop looking at her. Momo, what's wrong Izuku? What do I have? Izuku, no, nothing. Izuku looked away. End of flashback. Izuku was in a battle stance in front of Momo. Izuku, okay, I'll just stop the blows. When you let your guard down, I'll give you a light blow. Momo, understood. Momo got into a battle stance and started throwing punches to the ribs and face and kicks to the thighs and calves. Izuku, you impress me Momo, I didn't know you could fight. Momo, I enrolled in martial arts. Izuku, that explains it. Izuku continued to stop the blows when he saw that Momo was slow to lower her guard and landed a soft blow to Momo's face. Izuku, sorry Momo, but you have to never let your guard down. Momo, you're careless. Momo punched Izuku in the stomach and he just stepped back. Izuku, not bad Momo. Izuku and Momo continued practicing until it was time to finish. Izuku, phew, we're done. Momo, yes, this hell is finally over, breathing heavily. Izuku, hey, and there are still 6 more days left, so don't be happy. Momo felt like her week was going to be hell. Days passed and there was only 1 day left until the sports festival, and Izuku told Momo to take it off. Izuku just wanted to rest, so he was going to spend the whole day at home. On the other hand, Momo invited Jiru to her house. Jiru, and tell me Momo, how much have you improved? Momo, well, I actually improved a lot, even Izuku recognized that I was good. Jiru, I'm already happy about all this. Momo, what's wrong? Jiru, don't play dumb, tell me what they did. Momo, actually nothing, playing with her fingers. Jiru, come on Momo, I know you're hiding something. Momo, well, it's that. Flashback. Izuku, Momo, always keep your guard and your posture dodging a blow. Momo, yes, kicking. Izuku dodged it but lost his balance and ended up falling. Momo also ended up falling from the kick but on top of him. They both looked at each other. Momo quickly got up and walked away a little. Momo, I'm so sorry, stuttering. Izuku, it's okay, embarrassed. End of flashback. Jiru, oi Momo. Momo, yes. Jiru, we believe you when I tell you that you are the luckiest in the world, depressed. Momo, Jiru. Don't say such things. So the days passed and we found ourselves at the UA Stadium. Present Mike, here we are to witness the sports festival, I want that shout. The spectators screamed with excitement. Present Mike, and fortunately the hero erased accompanies US. Ashawa, hello, with her usual voice. Present Mike, come on Ashawa, you have to have more encouragement, your students are going to participate. While in the tunnel to enter the stadium are all the first-year students. Hey, that boy, pointing to Izuku. Yes, he is super handsome, blushed. Izuku looked at them and smiled. He smiled at us. Yeah. Bakugo, hey Izu, aren't you feeling nervous? Izuku, no, I think. Bakugo, well, what if we distract ourselves until that? Izuku, how? Bakugo, easy, we'll see who blinks. Izuku, oh, I accept that game. So Izuku and Bakugo started a legendary fight that Bakugo ended up winning, but both ended up with red eyes. Present Mike first, those from Class 1A enter, those WHO managed to survive a villain attack. And today they will show us their skills. Come on Ashawa, support your class. Ashawa, come on class, you can with all the laziness in the world. Izuku's companions could not help but be nervous, and Izuku for his part had nothing, he just had his face of not expressing anything. Present Mike, and with the same importance comes Class 1B, which hasn't had so much show but are great opponents. So they went on introducing the classes until he arrived. Midnight, okay, the leader of each class has to come give a speech. Looking at the sheet, Midoriya, Izuku, come give the speech. Izuku just sighed and headed to where Midnight was and already in front of the microphone. Izuku, what do I say? Midnight, you have to give words of inspiration to others. Izuku, ah yeah. Izuku took a breath and proceeded to speak. Izuku, give your best. Those were the only words of Izuku, who just got down from there and went to his place. The whole stadium felt strange. They had never seen such an expressionless person. So all the classes gave their speech and Midnight was spinning the roulette wheel. Midnight, well. Looking at the roulette wheel that stopped the first challenge is the obstacle course. Present Mike, okay, everyone head to the starting line and get ready. Everyone stood at the finish line waiting for the signal. Bakugo, I'll leave you eating dust, Izu. Izuku, if you can. Midnight start. Everyone tried to run away, but they only saw 3 people who ran away. If they were Izuku, Bakugo, and Todoroki. Todoroki froze the ground so that the other participants would not bother, and someone had already guessed that and was prepared. Present Mike, it seems that the race is concentrated in 4 people. Bakugo / Todoroki 4? Izuku smiled when he knew who it was and just kept running, and it was Momo who dodged Todoroki's attack. Bakugo looked back and watched in fear as Momo walked towards them with a friendly face. She had skates on and hooks that she used to propel herself. Todoroki, I have to admit it's a little scary, he thought. They reached the first obstacle where there were 4 0-point robots. Izuku destroyed the leg of a 0-point robot with one blow and took advantage of the fact that he was losing his balance to advance. Instead, Todoroki froze another robot with ice in half and Bakugo destroyed him with his explosions. Momo performed incredible maneuvers, dodging the feet of the 0-point robots. Present Mike, the young Yaoyorozu, impresses us with those maneuvers. What a show she is giving us. Ashawa, amazing, he didn't move like that before. He thought. All the participants were removed from Todoroki's attack, but they could not get past 0 points as one was without a leg and another was falling apart while 2 were unharmed. Kirishima, TSK, those guys are way too much, at least they should have left all the robots badly injured. Jiru, are you stupid? Don't you see that we also have to show that we can? Aoyama hit one of them with his lightning bolt and Tokoyami with Dark Shadow finished taking it out, and some students joined them to be able to pass. Present Mike, it seems that the students are coming together to be able to pass. Ashawa, you really scream. We returned to where the first 4 arrived at the second obstacle, which were inclined walls that moved with a cliff below. Izuku, this is complicated, smiling. Bakugo, not for me flying with his explosions. But there were also sensors that produced walls so that those who fly do not do so easily. Bakugo comically collided his face with one.
Izuku, ha 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 ha.
Todoroki held back his laughter. Momo, PFF Bakugo, you look ridiculous, shaking with laughter. Bakugo, shut up. Blushed. Momo calmed down and ran off skating along the walls, but in a bad move she slipped and was about to fall into the abyss, but Izuku grabbed her by the hand and lifting her up he put her legs on his arm and neck on the other, thus carrying her like a princess. Momo, hey Izuku, put me down, embarrassed. Izuku, when I pass this test. Izuku, running with great speed and dodging some obstacles, managed to pass. Momo, now yes? Izuku, yes. Izuku put Momo down and she took advantage of the opportunity to run towards the third obstacle. Izuku, damn, you always do that. Momo, you let your guard down, Izuku. Izuku, you use my phrases. Todoroki, not just her. Bakugo, whoever arrives last is a rotten egg powered by his explosions. Todoroki, how childish, driven by his ice. Momo, how about the last one to arrive invites them to eat and pays, running with his skates. Izuku, yes, you like to eat, but the idea is good, so I will increase the pace. I use one for all at 6%, although this will hurt. Izuku started to take the lead. Present Mike, suddenly the first ones are betting, and it seems that Midoriya is taking the lead, but will the minefield let him do it? Izuku quickly passed through the mine area, and to everyone's surprise and not even his own, Bakugo and Todoroki were hit by some explosions from Momo. She came up with an idea, which was to place a bunch of mines and launch herself with a piece of metal, propelling herself with the explosion passing the area and staying between Todoroki and Bakugo. She put her feet on the backs of both of them and hit the piece on the ground, exploding a mine and thus propelling herself to stay next to Izuku. Izuku, well done Momo. Momo, don't be overconfident. Todoroki/Bakugo, I say the same to you. Bakugo and Todoroki with greater strength were next to Izuku and Momo, who were already about to reach the goal. Present Mike, and the winner is, looking at Izuku stepping on the line first than the others, followed by Todoroki and Momo. To Bakugo's surprise, he came last. Midoriya in first place, followed by Todoroki and Yaoyorozu. Bakugo came fourth, and well, let's wait for the others, it has been said. Izuku, well guys, that was fun and Kachan. Bakugo, okay, I'll invite them. Todoroki, I hope it's good. Momo, we Toma Bakugo gain. Bakugo, yeah. After a few minutes the others began to arrive. Present Mike, Midnight gives the next test. Midnight, the next one is. Looking at where the roulette stopped, cavalry. Midnight, well, the cavalry is by points. The first 3 from the previous test will have many points. Midoriya has 10,000 and Todoroki has 7,000, followed by Yaoyorozu with 4,000. We will give them 10 minutes to choose their teams. Sitting on a bench. Izuku, I have an idea. Momo, Izuku coming closer. Izuku, yes, I will team up with you, he continued thinking. Momo, how did you know I would say that? Izuku, because I know you very well. Ojiro, Midoriya. Izuku, apparently they came, I will call them. Ojiro, were you planning to meet up with me and Yaoyorozu? Izuku, yes, I have a good strategy but I'm missing one. Tokoyami, Midoriya. Izuku, huh? My god, what's happening today? Everything is going the way I want it to. Izuku, okay, get together. Sen. I'm going to explain the strategy, okay Momo. Momo, yes. Izuku, you will create things to distract others and you Ojiro. Ojiro, yes. Izuku, you make sure that if I get distracted with your tail, you don't let them touch the ribbon and Tokoyami. Tokoyami, yes. Izuku, will you be watching with Dark Shadow so that no more groups approach when we are entertaining another expert? Tokoyami/Momo/Ojiro, yes. All the groups were already formed, which were almost the same as in the anime, except Uraka and Mei with Lita went with Todoroki and from their Bakugo with Kirishima, Kaminari, Jiru. Midnight, everyone is ready, please take your places. Everyone got into position but there was a problem. Momo was nervous because. Momo, ah how soft your foot is thinking. Izuku, Momo no pff haha you tickle me laughing. Momo, I'm sorry. Tokoyami, hey, it's starting right now, pay attention. Midnight, in 3 we start, and, 3. All the teams went straight for Izuku and Todoroki's team. Izuku, this is going to be complicated. Thus began a pitched battle but not with blows. Izuku's team was unstoppable, they gave no mercy until. Bakugo, now yes. Izuku, Kachan just in time. Bakugo gave the order to follow and Izuku only told Momo to create a tape. Momo, but what is it going to be used for? Izuku, you'll know. Bakugo and his team moved forward and Izuku said that they would pass by them. They did that action but he quickly told them to turn around and Izuku wrapped his hands around Bakugo with his ribbon. Bakugo, ooh. Izuku, I'm sorry but I had to do it. Tokoyami, Todoroki is coming. Izuku, shit, everyone jump to the right. Exalted. Momo, why? Izuku, just do it exalted. Everyone was shocked to see that Todoroki's group was already at their side and almost grabbed the ribbon. Izuku, I knew Lita was a problem. Todoroki, that's good Midoriya but your luck is running out. Todoroki made a feint with one hand and Izuku ate it. Todoroki was about to grab the band but Ojiro's tail didn't let him. Izuku, apparently it's yours. Everyone walked away and the 3 groups looked at each other. Bakugo/Izuku/Todoroki, let's go. The 3 of them advanced at the same time and launched a blow at each other. Izuku did a 10% smash to avoid damage, Bakugo with an explosion and Todoroki with an ice ball that made a gust of wind that took out almost all the teams. Only those that made it to the next round remained. Midnight, it's over. The winning group is Midoriya with 16,000 points followed by Todoroki with 8,000 and Bakugo with 6,700, that's the first 3. The entire stadium cried out in excitement and applause was heard. Audience, Midoriya. Midoriya. Girl, hey handsome, I'll see you at the hotel. Girl 2, do you know? They call me Suarez because I bite everything I look at, making signs of wanting to bite him. Momo felt annoyed by the comments, but Izuku had already gotten used to it, since even on the street they said other things to him. Flashback. Izuku Tururu walking through the mall. Girl, hey handsome, if you are like this, how will your little friend be? Looking at his body. Izuku was embarrassed but this was different since he didn't show emotions, but when he met Momo all his emotions came back like foam. It was as if she illuminated his eclipse. End of flashback. Midnight, good rest, in 30 minutes we will give you how the fights will be. Izuku, fighting? Finishing remembering. Momo, you have to pay attention. Izuku angry with a pout. Tokoyami, one-on-one fights will be held. Izuku, oh thanks Tokoyami-san. All the participants went to rest and eat while Izuku's group of friends went to eat. By the way, the fights are going to be the same as the anime but I will make them a little different and funny. Everything was silent but Todoroki decided to break the ice. Todoroki, tell me Yaoyorozu-san, how do you move like that? Momo, well, it's thanks to Izuku that he trained me. Looking at Izuku. Bakugo, yeah so that's why you didn't want to play on the PlayStation. Izuku, I'm sorry Kachan but we finished very late and I didn't have time. Momo, that training left me all sweaty, depressed. Izuku, come on Momo, and that I was holding back. The whole group blushed. Jiru, I mean what? Blushed. Bakugo, you did it. Blushed. Izuku and Momo realized what they said could be misinterpreted. Izuku, and no, you guys are confusing it, I'm talking about training and combat. Embarrassed. Momo, yes, he put in some extreme routines, that's what he was trying to say. Embarrassed. Kirishima, they should have said it before. Izuku, ah. Kiri, when did you arrive? Scared. Kirishima, just now. Todoroki, let's eat. Sero, yes, I think it will be the best. Jiru, ah. Wow, it's you, Sero. Sero, why are you scared? All, maybe because it's a very dark tunnel. Everyone finished eating and returned to where each fight would be announced. Midnight the fights will be Midoriya vs Shinso. Todoroki vs Sero. Ibara vs Kaminari. Lita vs Hatsune. Mina vs Aoyama. Uraka vs Bakugo. Tetsu vs Kirishima. Tokoyami vs Momo. Izuku, who is Shinso? Shinso, it's me and you are? Seriously. Izuku remembered something he saw at the knighthood test. Flashback. Izuku was fighting with the other teams to get more points, but with the corner of his eyes he looked at Shinso's team, who was talking to another, and Shinso was the only one talking, and he saw how the other team seemed to respond angrily, and he stood up instantly. He was not going to see it, but he was surprised to see that Shinso was telling them to leave, and they did. End of flashback. Izuku, no, he has the power to do something with his mind, so I better not talk, he could do something to me, he thought. Shinso oi. Izuku just walked away and went to get ready. Present mic. The first match is Izuku Midoriya from 1A against Hitoshi Shinso from the general class. Izuku climbed onto the platform and Shinso followed. Midnight, ready? Seeing how the two were nodding, let's begin. Izuku was about to go out and hit him, but Shinso spoke. Shinso, so you are Midoriya, I don't see you as cool at all, provoking. Izuku. Shinso, your friend Yaoyorozu is really disappointing. She is from the richest family in Japan and is with such pathetic companions. She is trash. Izuku didn't want to say anything on the outside, but on the inside he wanted to kill him. He started running towards Shinso. Shinso, shit, it didn't work, he thought. I give up. Watching as Izuku threw a punch. Present mic. Impressive. Young Shinso gave up. Izuku didn't stop the blow and it hit Shinso's face, knocking him off the platform. Izuku, oops, my hand slipped. Mocking, listen, damn it, you can insult me, but don't you dare insult my friends, especially Momo, because I assure you that you will go to hell angry. Midnight. Young Shinso gave up, ! So young Midoriya wins. Izuku retreated from the platform and Shinso was taken to the infirmary because the blow left him unconscious. Izuku, finally inner peace calming down. Momo, what did Izuku say to you? Izuku, who? Mina, Shinso, because she thought it was strange that you were angry, but to tell you the truth she was worried that you would lose. Mocking Momo. Momo, my mind, don't say it, blushed. Izuku, the truth is that he insulted you and I taught him a lesson so that he wouldn't mess with you again. Todoroki, well, it's my turn, I'm leaving. Todoroki went to the platform and Sero also entered. Midnight, are you ready? Sero/Todoroki, yes. Midnight, well, let's get started. Without giving Sero time, Todoroki created a stampede of ice that froze him completely, but the attack also reached the ceiling. Present mic. Impressive. The fight was decided in 2 seconds. Midnight. Young Sero is out of action. Young Todoroki wins. The entire stadium screamed with excitement while a group in the stand stood perplexed. Momo, what power? Impressed. Bakugo, he didn't want to show it all the time, or that his fire side is impressive, he thought. Izuku, this is going to be fun, smiling. Momo. Momo, yes? Izuku, remember what I told you, it doesn't matter if his power is strong, if he doesn't know how to use it, you can win, or with ingenuity too. Momo, thanks Izuku. Mina, tell me Izuku, can you help me in my fight? Izuku, what do you give me in return? Mina, a kiss. Izuku, no thanks. He was quiet when Mina gave him a kiss on the cheek that left his friends impressed and many girls jealous. Momo, mine. Angry. Mina, and now? Izuku, okay, I'll help you. Izuku proceeded to tell him what he could do to fight Aoyama. Mina, okay, thanks. Izuku, you're welcome. Momo for her part was upset because she didn't even give the green-haired boy a hug. Present Mike, the next fight is Ibara vs Kaminari, please go up to the platform. Ashawa, Kaminari is going to die. Now with the two participants they arrived at the platform. Midnight, ready? Kaminari/Ibara, yes. Midnight start. Kaminari also did not give her a break and tried to approach Ibara, but she caught him with vines. Kaminari, 1,000,000 flips. Ibara's vines brought electricity to where Ibara was, but before they arrived she cut them off, and with others she tied up Kaminari, who was in his challenge mode, and she simply took him off the platform. Present Mike, the fight was one of the simplest, but it makes us understand that Class B is also strong. Midnight, young Kaminari is off the platform. Young Ibara wins. Once again the stadium applauded and whistled for the beauty of Ibara. Present Mike, now the Lita vs Hatsune fight, head to the platform. Lita and May got on the platform and Midnight asked if they were ready, to which they both nodded, and Midnight gave the order to begin, and Lita began to accelerate while Mayu took out a bottle of oil and threw it on the ground, and with an invention of hers she remained elevated from the ground for a few seconds. Lita, what? Lita was slipping on the oil and was close to leaving the platform but used her hands to brake better. May made the fight difficult for her since she had a slight advantage, and Lita remembered how Izuku told her that if she couldn't win, she would use her intelligence. Lita, think Lita, she's floating. I think if you hit her hard you can get her out, but what if not? Seeing how her invention was a little unstable, it's not necessary to hit her anymore. Lita approached May and threw a kick, to which May ducked, and Lita in the air with her elbow hit May's invention that began to get out of control and took her off the platform. Present Mike, young Lita used her wit and without hitting Hatsune she won. Midnight, young May left, so young Lita wins. The stadium applauded and Lita went to the stands with her teammates. Izuku, well done Lita. Lita, it was thanks to you Midoriya, thank you very much.